Hello and welcome back to the Beautiful Things channel. Today I want to show you some of the things that I've made for people for Christmas. Now this video is going to be filmed in dribs and drabs over the next few weeks because I'm having to film it. I haven't finished making everything, but some of the things I have made I'm going to be gifting in the next couple of days. So I need to film them so I can show them to you before I gift them, but then I obviously can't share this video with you until after Christmas and everybody's opened their presents. So it will be a bit of a jumpy aroundy one. So this morning I want to show you the items that I have made for the lovely Viv, who does all of our admin here at BTHQ, and Carol, my knitting teacher, who also works here. I'm going to be seeing them for the last time before I go away on Friday, so I need to give them their gift. Now I don't tend to make a lot of presents, I don't tend to have time, but for some reason or another this year I've just managed to make things, and I think a lot of it's because I've managed to incorporate those gifts into the creation of classes or trying out new methods, new techniques, which is great. So the first thing that I've made is another Emaline Bags retreat bag, and I made this for Viv. Now this fabric is so cute. It's little kittens with yarn balls, and she is a big cat lover. She has her cat Bonnie, so I know that she'll appreciate this. Now I've made the large size Emaline bag, which means when it opens up it becomes, ooh, another present's inside. It becomes a lovely big yarn bowl or box, and I know she's going to get loads of use out of this bag and she'll really enjoy it. The best thing is that the fabric is actually hand-me-down. I didn't even buy it. It was some leftovers that Elspeth had from some presents that she's made for her family for Christmas, and I loved it and I said it would make a perfect project bag, so she let me have it. So obviously I've bought the frame, I've bought the zip, I've got the lining, I've put it all together. So, you know, it's not a completely free present, but it was a little bit cheaper to make, which is nice. So Viv, you've probably got this by now, you're probably enjoying it. I'm sure you will love it. She has a couple of other little bits as well. This isn't handmade, but I will show you. I got her a tube of sparkly, glittery washi tape. There we go, look at that. How cool is that? When she was doing some card making recently at the studio, she saw my sparkly washi tape and said, I never realised it existed. I was in the shops, saw this and thought, has to be done. So that's going into the retreat bag. The next thing I made was actually the first thing that I made on my new Cricut machine, but I couldn't show it to anybody because obviously she watches this channel, she would have seen it. I couldn't put it on Instagram, I couldn't put it on Facebook. I was so proud of it, but I'll show you now, and it is a tote bag. Now Viv has her own YouTube channel, so I thought this would be a great bag for her to take when she goes to yarn shows, and she can walk around and people will see her bag and it says, find me on YouTube, sit and knit with Vivette. So I don't know if that's going to turn round on the screen, so it might be completely back to front for you. I'm not sure, but I'm so pleased with that. And this YouTube logo is actually a font. You can download it on Dafont, D-A-F-O-N-T. It's a free website to download fonts, and it's called Social Media. And every single letter on the keyboard is a different social media icon. So there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's YouTube, Snapchat, all sorts. You do have to kind of work out which letter is which, and it did take me a while to work out which letter of the keyboard was YouTube, and I'm afraid I can't remember. But it's a free font as long as you're just using it for personal use and not making anything to sell. So I absolutely love this. I'm going to have to do myself one of these for when I go to the Knitting and Stitch show. And it's my first attempt with iron-on vinyl, and I was so pleased with it. So I know that she's absolutely going to love that. Now the next thing is just a little make, and it is for Carol. Now if you do watch Viv's podcast that she does, you will have seen that I made her a t-shirt which said Merry Knitmas on it, and she'd actually bought the SVG file, the simple vector graphic file of that Merry Knitmas, and sent it to me so that I could put it onto a t-shirt for her. So I wanted to practice with it before I put it onto her t-shirt, so I practiced on a tote bag. So you've got the Merry Knitmas here, You can see with the silver glittery knitting needles. And I made this, I ironed it onto the bag, and then I realised that the straps were damaged. Where it had been in storage for some time, they'd kind of frayed away and they were starting to come off. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to waste the bag, because I've put the vinyl on it, I'm really happy with it. So I cut the straps off and I added some new ones, and I think it really works. I use this gorgeous Christmassy holly fabric, and you can see it's got gold in it, so it's really festive. It's a super easy technique to replace the handles on a tote bag, and you get no raw edges either, so I think I will do that as a little tutorial. I might even do it as part of Vlogmas, so you may have already seen this on the channel. But I'm so pleased with this bag. So this is just a little token of appreciation for Carol. I know she'll enjoy it. She's actually going to receive it next Friday, so well before Christmas, and she'll open it when she's here. So she can use it with her Christmas knitting in when she goes to her knitting club on a Thursday, which I know she'll really enjoy. So while I've got you here, I might as well show you the things that I've made for the teachers as well, because I've got those here in the studio. I can then take those home, get those wrapped up and prepared, and Izzy can take them into school next week. Now, I have shared some of these items in the development on BTHQ Banter, so you may have seen some of them before. The first gift is for her teacher's assistant, and I've made a little tissue pouch following my free tutorial that you will find on this channel. I will link it up here. And then I've also made to match a little lip balm holder. You can see it's cute, it's got your little lip balm in there, and it's on a little rose gold swivel clasp. And this is actually part of our new mini course for 3 little gifts, which has been released. By the time you see this, it will have been released and is available on our website. So I will link that down in the description below. You can make one of these, a little tiny weeny drawstring bag to keep your headphones or earpods or parking money in, and also a little snap purse, which is really, really handy. So those 3 little gifts make perfect little teacher presents. So if you want to get in early and make a start on the end of term teacher gifts, there's your course that you need. So that's the TA present. The teachers themselves have both got the same. She has 2 teachers, so they've both got mug bags. They have a little tissue pouch in one pocket, it's not going to come out, but a little tissue pouch that matches, and they also have a little tea bag holder, and I have put some tea bags in there so that they know obviously what their tea bag holder is, because lots of people think, oh, it's a credit card holder, and they can indeed be used for that. And inside they have thermo cups, and I mentioned this in my things to buy video recently. They've got these because they've got the lids on the top, so they can take them into the classroom with their cuppa in, or they can take soup or something like that into school. And I've played with my Cricut, and I have put the teachers' names on to the sides, and I've used vinyl to match their bag. So this one's got purple writing, and the other one I will show you in just a second. This gorgeous fabric was gifted to me by a little stitcher, and I love it. Not the pink, but the patterned. And again, she's got a tea bag holder and a tissue pouch to match. And then there we go, I've done the name on the outside of that one too, and I've done that one in yellow to match the bag. So I think the teachers are going to be very grateful for their presents this year, and if they're not, well, they won't be getting handmade presents again, will they? So that's all I've got to show you at the moment. I will come back, so you'll see me again in a minute with a couple of the other handmade presents that I have made. So I've just finished filming for the day, and I thought I would jump on quickly and add to my gifts video, as I've just finished a few other bits and pieces. The first thing, this has been a massive labour of love, but this here is Snufkin. He has been crocheted for Elspeth, and I think he probably took me about 25 to 30 hours in total. So he has been a labour of love, but I am incredibly proud of him. He has a slightly demented face. His hair could possibly be a bit more forward on his brow. And as for the crocheted eyes, well, I gave up on that. He just looked, well, he looked as if he'd had a stroke, if I'm honest. So I've just used some cam snaps and I've just poked them into his head and glued them in place and drawn the pupils on with Sharpie, and I'm really pleased with him. One leg is slightly longer than the other. He's a little bit lopsided. He does feel a little sorry for himself, but I am really proud of him. As you can see, he's got his little flowers on his cap. He's even got a little feather in his cap. And I've stitched proper buttons onto the back. There was supposed to be little crocheted buttons, but I thought, seeing as he's not a toy and he is going to Elspeth, then I hope she won't eat them and choke. But we'll see. So I'm really proud of him. I'm actually going to be very sorry to see him go, so I'm going to give him a little photo shoot in a minute. So I've got some nice pictures that I can share on my Instagram stories once I know that he's been gifted, which will be this Sunday when Elspeth comes for Christmas dinner, or early Christmas dinner. He's going to live inside, let me sit over here, mate, prop you up there, there you go. He's going to live inside this project bag, which you may have seen before if you've taken my Vivian bag class, which is one that is part of our online sewing club. This was one of the samples that I made up for the class, an unquilted version, and when I made it I had already earmarked it to be Elspeth's Christmas gift. What I like about it as well, not only is it covered with alpacas, which she loves, the colours match beautifully with Snufkin, and I have actually been using this bag to house all of the components while I've made him. So yes, it has been used, but it's been used to create Snufkin. So he's going to get wrapped up and he's going to hop in here, and that will be her Christmas present, along with a couple of other little token bits that we're going to give her. The next thing I've made is something for my girlfriends. We are off out for dinner. Again, they will have had this by the time you see this video, so don't worry that you're seeing this video before Christmas. All of the gifts have been gifted at this stage. We're out for dinner on Saturday night and we're doing a Secret Santa, but we're doing it slightly differently. We are preparing or buying a present to the value of £5, wrapping it up, but it has to be suitable for everyone in our party. Now, bearing in mind that's 6 girls, we all work, we've all got kids, we all like the same things really. It's fairly easy to do, and then we will just dive into the bag and put a present that isn't our own. So I thought that was a really nice way to do things, and I've just gone full out on the rose gold, if I'm honest, and I've played with my Cricut again. So I've done a bag. Now you probably can't see this because it's in rose gold, but it says down here, if you can read this, you're too close. Now I know all of us have this feeling, you know, let's be honest, who does people really? We just like to kind of, you know, bring ourselves to ourselves and be ourselves, especially when I'm out shopping. I can't stand shopping with other people. I like to just go out on my own and get the things that I need to get. So this is perfect. If I got given this bag, I'd be dead happy with it. And I know that all of my girlfriends, it doesn't matter who gets it, will understand and they will enjoy that one. Likewise, you can't go wrong with a notebook, and I've just taken a simple notebook from Hobbycraft and I've put a rose gold message on the front. Now excuse my language, but this says same ship, different day. So I quite like that. It's fun. Again, I'd be happy if I received it. And then I added to it just a pack of rose gold biros, and these just came from Poundland. I had the notebook and the bag in my stash already, so I have somewhat cheated. I haven't spent my £5 as such, but I know that it probably didn't cost me more than £5 to create this present. So I'm quite happy with that, and I know that whoever gets this is going to be really delighted with it. Okay, just ever such a quick one. You're going to have to excuse me, the washing machine is on. I've got no face on and the light's probably really terrible, but I need to get this one done super quick because I need to wrap one of these gifts and give it a little bit later on, and then we've got everybody arriving for our fake Christmas when the majority of the presents are going to be given out. So you'll be seeing this now on Monday. So I just want to show you 2 more makes, things that I made yesterday. One of them is to take with us to Australia. So Mr. Mac's brother is called Andrew, and since he was little he's always been called Roo. Obviously he moved to Australia a few years ago, and so now he is called Uncle Roo by my kids, and therefore there's the whole kangaroo reference and everything else. He loves a good cup of tea, so I made him a mug on my Cricut, very simply Uncle Roo's Brew. I'd bought the kangaroo file to do a t-shirt for little Miss Mac to wear for Christmas, so I thought I might as well make use of it. The font that I've used is called The Skinny, and it's supposed to replicate the font of the Ray Dunn mugs, which I think is quite cute. So Uncle Roo's Brew, super simple, really quick and easy to do, and this mug just cost me £1. So lovely little gift. Now the second one, Mr. Mac and I regularly travel to Amsterdam, and whenever we go there we're always amazed by how many cheese shops there are. On a very drunken night out in Amsterdam, I stood outside a cheese shop and went, there's so much cheese. And it's become a phrase amongst our friends and family whenever we see lots of cheese or big cheese boards or anything else like that. So much cheese. So he also loves his dinner served on a slate. If he goes to a restaurant and he gets his food on a slate, he knows he's in a good restaurant. So I bought one of these, I'm going to show you the back of it, slate table mats from Poundland. I thought it was quite good. You get a whole dinner size slate table mat, but I embellished it with my Cricut to say so much cheese. So it's a little bit like a blackboard, which I think is really cool. It's like a mini cheese board, so he can have his own little cheeses on there. We can have a little cheese board. We've got a little cheese board later on today as part of our Christmas dinner, so we will be using our so much cheese slate plate. So this was kind of a bit of an early Christmas present for him, but kind of for us in general really, and we can use it when we entertain here at home. So I hope you've enjoyed my little series of handmade gifts. As you can see, I've been super busy. I've got lots done. I'm really pleased actually. The majority of my presents are handmade. I have one extra handmade gift which you have already seen, the dreaded jacket that I made, the rainbow coat that I really disliked. My mother-in-law loves, and she tried it on when she came over here in the summer, so that is going over to Australia with me and will be gifted to her for Christmas, so she'll be delighted with it and I don't have to see it again, which is great. So I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. I will see you every day as usual, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, right through the festive period. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.